Hey guys, Sean Bucci, surplusfundsriches.net, and today we're going to talk about parameters or boundaries. I get calls all the time, and you guys have followed me on social media or YouTube. You know that if somebody asks a question, pre-purchase question, or they ask a question about the business in general, I will do my best to answer the question. Now, once somebody buys the program, we have a support system in place. Jeff handles that, my business partner. He knows the front line better than I do, and he handles that. But I will, if you want to ask me a question, I will answer your question. I actually got a call from a young lady. I'm looking at your course. I have a question for you. I said, okay. She says, well, I'm in Texas, and there was a large surplus created, and the person died, and I'm in touch with their caretakers. I said, okay. She says, well, I need to know. I think I'm going to just fill out an heirship affidavit with the court, and then I should be able to get the money up from him. Does that sound right? I said, you said caretakers. Are they family? She says, no, they're not. And the couple didn't have any kids. They're just, they were the caretakers. And the couple that died, or the man that died actually, when he died, before he died, he said, hey, I want you guys to have everything when I pass. I said, did he put it in writing? Is there a will? No. Doesn't mean jack. She goes, well, they're really entitled to it. And I said, I don't know where you got your law degree, but they're not. Okay? They're not blood. There's no will saying they get the money. And just because the people were happy with them and talked to them and appreciated that, they paid them for that. They've been paid for the work. Okay? This is a different animal. This is money that's due to heirs. She goes, okay, well, there are two kids, and but they just haven't talked to each other. The kids are mean to them. And I said, so, said who? The caretaker that wants to get the money? The caretakers? Well, yeah. Okay. Doesn't matter. They could hate each other. They could have shot each other. One of them could have pushed the other one off a cliff. They're still the heirs. That's who's entitled to the money. Well, I don't know that I believe that. And I think I was, hey, you called me, ma'am. You called me for my take on it. You called me for advice, correct? She said, yeah. I said, if you're going to argue with me, let's just stop the conversation. There's no point in us having a conversation. I said, how long have you been doing this? She goes, what do you mean? I just got into it, and I'm just starting to look around and see how to do all this. I said, I've been doing this about 20 years. If you're going to argue with me about something like this, there's no point in having a conversation. You asked for my advice. I'm going to give it to you. You can disbelieve what I say, okay, and do something a different way if you want. Do that all day. Said, okay, well, so can you send me the forms to fill out to get this done? I said, no. That's in the program. People purchase that because we use a different system in most of our programs. It's a structured buyout, and you hire an attorney, and that takes training to do that. She said, well, I don't understand how it could take training. I said, have you researched debt to see if there was additional debt against the property at the time of the sale? Have you done that? Well, they told me there wasn't any. Who told you? The caretakers? So the caretakers were managing the guy's money too. Is that right? Well, no. Okay, you got to check that. I said, this is why I'm not going to just send forms to somebody, have them sign somebody up, and hope they can work it. I'm not going to give a scalpel to somebody off the street and say, hey, man, could you just cut this out for me? I'm not going to give half-inch wrench and say, hey, take the timing belt off of my car and fix that. I'm not doing that. That's stupid. This business, if you're going to do it right, it takes knowledge, okay? Either direct knowledge or knowledge that you can glean through someone else's experience. It takes knowledge, and it takes the right tools. If you think you can do it just having the tools, you are sorely mistaken. There are too many ins and outs, and you gotta do it right, guys. I got no problem answering any questions you have for me on YouTube, on social media, in general. Once you bought the program, we've got a much better system. It's a support system through Jeff, email-based. That handles even better than I could possibly answer you. But we're going to have parameters. If you lie to me like she did about, oh, they don't have kids, then oops, they do have kids, but they aren't talking to them. If you lie to me, what's the point of talking to me? Or if you want to argue with me when you're asking for my advice, you can ask follow-up questions, but argue with me, tell me let's all play fair, get up to the big girl, big boy table, and treat each other like adults. Thanks.